Okay, what's good, yo? Webpoolz here. Webpoolz here. Let me just, ooh, I dropped the pencil. I guess I look too cool with it in my hand on camera. Yeah, that's how I move. So I'm about to end. That's all I wanted to say. All right, but nah. So, let me just tell y'all, it's hard. I'm not easy to piss off. When I say I hate something, it's a analogy. It's what our slang was. You know what I'm saying? Too, some people really deliberately said it. No, it's not like how these BNs, I say these aren't YNs. I don't know what y'all be talking about. You can't make up your own YN. That's like someone saying they're a ninja and don't have no ninja skills. You can't do that just because you don't. Or whatever, king and was a king before but don't remember a queen. These aren't YNs. Okay? I'm sorry. That's why I'm making this live, because I have gotten a bad name too long. I have gotten a bad name too long to be told by a baby nigga, you ain't shit. Like, niggas called me YN so much that niggas saying and tarnish my name when I'm a polite person, that baby niggas said we gonna tarnish your name too and say you ain't shit. That doesn't make sense. I ain't shit for being a YN. Now I ain't shit in general. That's a baby nigga finishing off the kill. Okay? So that's what I wanted to be live to talk about. I really don't like when people say shit that anger me. That was our slang. All that shit angers me. And it's a cadence of knowing you're being followed and being judged as a YN or a younger generation. Even though it's not you angered, niggas is still gonna say that's you. So you're like, yeah, that shit pisses me off. And we had swag to say it like that, and we know, and didn't mean we was really, literally pissed. It means, all right, so when we go out and I'm being cool as fuck, but y'all want to play a skunk and possum game and let this stink bug of a nuisance or whatever nonsense between, I could say synonymously, around me. Now I'm the one with an attitude. Some people really do have an attitude, but mine is all Detective Webpoolz. It's just bullet catching. So I just wanted to talk about that, because now these baby niggas think that shit's funny, and that is called bullying. Okay? And what bullying was known as an immature thing. So when I'm with my friends or around people that do that, and it's known as that, and we just going, I might not be bullying back, but they'll say I'm associated. For however I clear my name, they say you clearing your name is association, is the same difference or some shit, and it's not. Obviously, the same can't be between that contradiction of a statement or whatever double what's the name I wanted to say. So baby niggas on social media thought that was funny to be passive versions of that, not understanding when I was joking with my friends that way, I was saving them. I was giving them a shower away from the feds. So now I'm called associated. And I think baby niggas kind of understood that, but who cares, right? That's what they look at. They just acting like they care. You mean they grew up in a different era, that they just have a standard of maturity of what's wrong, and the next era always depletes that to whatever substance or circumstance of etiquette or mannerisms between. But that's, like I said, all I'm trying to say is this, okay? Niggas this era keep saying gang and twin, and I only liked it because it's caught on in a way that will play Quidditch. It will catch the golden snitch to get rid of fake authority, because obviously authority would cut them some. They're cutting them some slack for them saying that, because if we said that our era, don't you kiss a job goodbye. So I promise you, if we got them in work talking about some gang twin, we don't even have to say it around the adults. They can just tell we said that shit. You can kiss your fucking job goodbye. They have a whole alibi why they stamp approval. Oh, they just kid. That's crazy. So like I said, I'm fine with hearing it, because I'm the jet to let Webpoolz gonna lick my chops. So like I said, I cleared up things, whatever. Our slang was a cadence of how people interpret us. And then people like, you don't like when I'm mad, or between the things. There's, you don't like when I'm mad is saying gang twin, then you better know the difference or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Alright, so boom. I just wanted to brief that. I just wanted to, do a quick briefing of that understanding, because I'm not that easily pissed off. In my situation of hand, is I am sitting here, as someone said, I ain't gonna forget that you said on the handle, you waiting for your bros, your niggas to do your hair. And I was like, yeah. But the thing is, like I said about when someone says, and that pisses me off, and they talking in the cadence of how people will judge them even if it don't piss them off. Which is a mature thing from an older generation of a minority of people that could talk in that swag. So I don't know what this next generation picked up that can fall off as that maturity, unless we consumed all the mature rates, so they just said we just gonna pick and choose. Baby niggas. But from that cadence, when I say that, it doesn't sound like I'm talking about like my youngin' that or older classmates that I always was in school with, because I always chill around older people. But we know I wasn't lying about that. And people might joke like, what you mean? And just like, niggas lying niggas up, and like, you wasn't talking about that precisely. I was talking more, but still, we're not just talking about a barber or a hair or just a random hairstyle. We're talking about, I know how to do hair. That just flew over y'all heads. So this is the point that I'm making, right? Like I said, is because I want people to understand why I brought the example if we talk like that. And it's not like they can't talk like that because we don't get to talk like that. No, it's actually very rude, unless it has that pun to make fun of bad or passive associations, and they actually trying to be their own association away from the productivity that doesn't shun those things, which makes them shun those things. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, like I said, well, I like it to be said, just not towards me, because I'm trying to just eat them. Ain't no gang, nigga. I'm a pirate. Keep doing that stupid shit. Because in the end, I promise you, if cussing would fuck up my chances to the league or acting this way, I would not act this way. So I'm just breaking it in, okay? And that's why I wanted to go live. I just briefed it really, but that's why I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about, I already broke in, cussing won't fuck up my chances. And then I'll no child left behind, and niggas made it to a point that it don't make sense why marijuana is illegal. Because like I said, in the end, you guys are giving a limb to the next generation for an alibi, aka excuse, to act a certain way. Since every generation made their own era or swag, why can't they do it like that? Who says they can't? And it's like, that shit is fucking loud. That's why y'all saying that shit and letting it. So whatever that means, that's very embarrassing for the older generations, because I doubt my generation is talking like that. It has to be the older generations that thought they could stabilize. The YNs are actually educated, and they want to use like the little brother generation against. Because I didn't have that in my family. They did not want to use the little brother. But alright, so in the end, all I'm trying to say is this, like I'm upset. I'm in a position where I should not have to explain what I'm going through. And I am a comedian, so I just took like 10 plus minutes just to explain a little disclaimer. That's all I'm about to do is show y'all why they tell people to stay out of grown folks' business, to anything that's adulthood. And it doesn't change per era unless you can prove a maturity. It does not change. To comedy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a lot of shit that my generation don't want to laugh at it. It shows you whose side they pick. Because first, I'm not even going to do it how I was going to. Listen, let me not do it how I was going to do it. I'm going to do it for pertainingly, personally me. And this makes anybody laugh if someone be like, I'm the same. And then you tell somebody, and then this person did this. When this is a laughed off rip, when someone got you effed up that badly. Off rip. It's a fucking, when someone got you effed up that badly. So let me explain this, okay? Because I think that was it, really. I did a post, what I thought about Venezuela. I posted something on another handle, what I thought about Russia for the first time in history with us. And I just want y'all to know for what I said about Venezuela, for what I was talking about Russia. Okay, that joke probably flew over your heads, but people that know Webpoolz, people that know me, you know what I'm saying? I don't leave a stone unturned. If I said something, it's just a YN talking. But so, that being said, that the baby niggas is so childish. A real YN being that goddamn, looks like a goddamn cool teacher. Because I could teach him all how to be a... Because I don't know what YN... Yeah, we not talking about no lame niggas that say these baby niggas make them feel like a YN too. We talk about... I don't know what YN wouldn't tell someone their age stay out of grown folks' business. So why wouldn't I tell a younger person that now I'm acting like a cool teacher? Like, why would you tell someone your age when y'all the same? Of course, it's a fucking joke that they tell. All right. So, in the end, this is the point that I just want to make. Now that that's out the way, of what I just really explained how I wanted to calibrate this, right? Because I'll be on the other handles and I might post stuff or go live, and how people will interact some love. Some people appreciate Ghost Recon. Some people they see they want to test if I could be pissed off. So that's why I'm making this live. Like, you're not pissing me off. You're making it worse for yourself. And I'm sorry you can't talk to adults that are my friends. That's a rarity. That's a rare thing. That's to be able to cultivate around older people. I know in the air, whatever, backdooring on handle, I've said some shit where I watched the video and niggas saw that I saw this niggas talking to the noise in my room instead of me. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is fucking crazy. That is crazy as fuck. But then, they're going to point to me that I'm crazy sitting in that, to him to do that instead of get the baby nigga. So who's going to get the baby nigga? Because that means I'm going to die. Well, obviously you're not going to die, so that's why we're bucking on you, because nobody going to get on. So that's what I was saying about golden snitch and cleaning authority out. No one's going to clear authority out, just like no one's going to. Alright, so YN shit. Y'all ain't gotta know what I'm saying. Nobody knows me for finishing what I'm saying. Okay? Ball is life. So if you got some type of sports IQ, I don't need to finish what I'm saying. Street smart, it's not gonna make you know. You can play sports if you can get to a point of what you think I'm saying, or street smarts or book smarts won't do it. Whatever that means. So, just like, so all I'm trying to tell y'all is this, right? So, that being said, we're having situations on the internet like that. Because the situation, I call myself Detective Webpoolz, right? But that's not me being Detective Webpoolz. That's a side quest. That's a side. Me being Detective Webpoolz is someone asking me deliberately for help. That's me being a YN. But a Detective Webpoolz, YN, you know what I'm saying? So, but I see how it clicks, but I'm just saying, that just shows y'all I know how to juggle a lot, because that is crazy. Because let me tell y'all what really pissed me off, that I had proof of that, and I could tell people probably thought he can't wait to try to. No, that was saying no one knows me. I don't try to embarrass people like that, okay? Especially if it's not the saturation, and that was before, I think, what's the name? Well, I've said I feel comfortable with countries or some shit. So all I want to be understood from the city I'm from, and that happened to me, okay, is a thank you. Because I can promise anybody that loves sports, that's how bad it is. But how bad y'all want to play dumb, how bad it ain't. Because of who, right? Whatever, right? So, thank you. Because if I can promise, even if you do your dirt, as long as you don't go to the wrong person, as long as you don't bring light to the shade, this is why I'm saying cleaning out the corrupted authority. Because like I said, if we spoke a bad way, but we had the shade, we're not getting a job. I got the light and I can't get a job. That's why I just kept repeating it. And then I said, thank you, and what that meant, I have light, but I'm a YN. So they're calling it shade. Like, nobody wants to get a job and then feel like their life, not me. I guess that's the YN in me. No, it's not, right? I didn't do nothing to not get a regular job. to not go to a great college. Because it started in college. Well, it started before, obviously. But I'm saying, I was trying to go to a college with sports. My mom signed me up to a school with no sports. Not even my what my core curriculum would be. Because she's tired of it echoing I'm a YN, and she don't know nothing about that. So she thinks I'm trying to act street, but I'm from worse than the hood. So she moved us out of that. And then she was working so hard to try to clear up I ain't that. So guess what she did? She said, help me clear it up or fuck you, and sign me up to a school to set me up. Like, oh, you like helping so much? Let me put you in a predicament and you get yourself, because that's proof she's not American, not knowing that white. And she did an identity theft. And then I'm supposed to yell at her, leave me the fuck alone at 18. And now, like I said, we can't use certain words because then I'm supposed to shade myself and get a regular job. Stop fighting yourself to go to sports. Or shade myself, and now the coaches say your Jamaican, your foreign mom has a point with you being a bad kid. No, I'd rather not play for nobody, and I'm shining light that I'm a great kid, and they're like, but you a YN though. I was supposed to argue who told you to put my stuff in there, and then she'd be like, oh, you could just go to any. That's not the point. You still took my information because you wanted to say nobody wants smoke. You're making that shit up. You want to act street so badly. Instead of just understanding, I have older siblings that when they had good grades, because obviously they don't talk to their parents, as I don't. And someone might want to wish bad in them in that class. We the first 4 kids that people don't want to wish bad in their class. My mom deleted all of that because Detective Webpoolz made that YN shit sound good. And did identity theft and act like I'm not supposed to choose my college verbatim or directly towards my safety of not wanting to go through that in school again. So that's how I knew I was already, before the transfer portal, knew as an athlete, because I never transferred to another school. I couldn't even go to class. All because she wanted to say, you want to act street. So my mom was waiting for me to bring drugs to the home. You know, this is not no dramatic thing. I'm serious. And y'all were like, well, let's make it dramatic. You know, get caught up. Someone knock on the door and say, I owe money, because she's brought it to me. And it's like, the city we was from before we moved here. I was supposed to say that. But we're not getting that. So she's hoping that niggas flip backdoor me. Whatever, carousel me around. You know, I lap them so much now they can shoot me. You know, go to snitch my ass. Lap them so much we're playing Quidditch in a free-for-all demo version. And they go to snitch the outlet and act like he's a runner. How hard I like working. That's crazy. How you do that? Just say it like that. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. So boom, now there's no proof that I move like that. Sound like some YN shit. And then that sound like some smooth street shit. So, and I've never come to mom and said, my mom said, what you talking about? And then, like, I'm a gangster. I've never done that. No, I didn't start saying I was Detective Webpoolz until I came back from my own place. But I was saying that in school. And anytime people try to stop me and I wanted to worry about sports, I'm like, what do you need Detective Webpoolz for? And like, you're not, and I'm like, or if you're, then, and I'm like, that wouldn't make me entrepreneur. I'm like, well, that's not what detectives do. or I would make me authority. I said those three things when people used to, what's the name? But in the end, with my what's the names, niggas know my favorite what's the names. I'm not gonna bring up the shoe, but the point that I'm making is, so I wasn't ranked to look up, right? But I had a crazy ambience. And when I went to my mom did identity theft and signed me up to a college, which I could have yelled at her that I could do a walk on, and they'd be like, and coaches make jokes. Then your letter got lost in the mail. I swear it did. I was that type of ambience, but you know, people hate me like that. Like a hidden, you're not supposed to be a hidden gem. You did some YN shit while you know what I'm saying? Like, so boom, that's the whole Webpoolz story. So they would be like, oh, how did your letter get lost in the mail? They would have been looking at me like, sound like you, you know, they would have, iffy, light, no shade, light, but you a YN. Like I said, started in college. Before college, obviously, but, so boom. Now, even when I try to tell a teacher, all right, I feel just safety precaution, because I would have transferred if I didn't feel like other colleges knew me in a way that I didn't want a coach to talk to me that way, to the other way that I didn't argue with my mom. So it can be like, you know, kids come to school and you can tell there's something happened at home. And my mom be really loud, because she's like, foreigners always be loud. Like, she trying to act like she the first foreigner that wasn't loud for their kid in a foreign place to them. I name a foreign, you know, I don't want to call out a direct, obvious depiction that people always be like, they talking that shit, and then they take, excuse me, and then they bring their kids to school. Let's say take turn, tell the kids. So it's not just with them, it's with any foreign parent. So now I'm a boy, don't want to get treated like a female, being evasive from that. Take turn, tell them to go to school. And she's talking to everybody that's trying to kill me. Just to tell y'all, I said before, and then now I have the opportunity, you know, as a YN, I'm just explaining, you know, how a YN would hate their mom, but I didn't hate their mom. So people are like, what are you talking about? Well, the hate for seeing what someone's doing behind your back is just not there. So y'all think I'm not a YN or something. I was smart, like I said, how did your letter be that sneaky stuff or something? So you choose not to hate because you slick, you know better or something. So yeah, these niggas is baby niggas, because that tension, like, damn, niggas did their homework on nigga that much to say him being great mannered is him being slick. Oh, well, you baby niggas is calling me a cool teacher for being slick like that. So from reading that, so boom, all I'm trying to say is, even when I try to tell a teacher, when the air was clear to go to school in college, and this is not the school I wanted to go to, he wanted me to keep doing. He you know, some teachers, you know, want to give up on their classmates. He didn't want to give up on me. Like, this is a facade that it giving up. Like, keep doing that slick shit. I'm like, but I don't want to goddamn be in the suite in my 30s and a nigga talking behind me. And we act like that's Detective Webpoolz working when it's really me being a YN there. Oh, that won't happen. So boom, all I want y'all to understand though is, I never had shade, so niggas always thought I was being slick. So when I'm telling y'all, like, that usually happens Like I said, they associate you. I'm already associated as that, you know, and I don't have a problem with it because they taking my great communication in a bad. They're trying to slander my great communication with people of generations and eras and of same age. So that's all it is. They're saying you shouldn't have that great communication and you have no bookkeeping, that you worked it from always shining light. So they just, I don't really care. I'm already my aura. So light, I shine as much light as I can. I don't, as niggas throw shade. But the main point that I'm trying to make is I'm not a snitch. So that's another way I get associated that way. And the big point is I never put myself in a position. That a nigga can talk to me any fucking way and authority don't label them. I tried to be the first fucking two-way player and I didn't cuss until I was an adult, if not frequently. Because something's actually, I never in my God, this is why I'm making this live. Because like I said, I was going to make it really sense of humor, but we'll see if we get to that. That was one thing that my generation say is main is sneaky or slick. Because he act like a great kid or a good boy, but then he go outside but they didn't snitch on that. So I'll just be with my generation like, if the feds is watching me and putting their fingers on me, you did your own homework. You don't hear that. That's what I'm saying it now, so it won't corral later. Like this was we all in this together. That's how I know the feds. I also bring up the date form of social media before social media, like when there was a date form where we put our age on there, and it'll be like kids can't be on what's the name before social media. So even that type of, I knew the feds was watching me, but when they'll echo, when I'm just sitting here, and I already, like I said, I got my type of bounty understanding from where I already know about people that thank me for being young Webpool, baby Webpool. That my mom hope it lapped me, and then they go and snitch my old economics as a runner or a low worker. That's why I like working low jobs. Because you're right, I didn't do it in the bookkeeping, but so if the commercial do what the street do, it's over with. So when I see a person buck on me on the internet, and I'm not talking about younger generation yet, and this is what I think someone in my life was trying to say, he's like, well, yeah, it's more than what's the name. I was doing that on that. That's why I got on that. What's the name? They should be heat waving down. I'm glowing. What the fuck did I do? Where I had to, if I wanted to keep my purity, yeah, you thought you was slick. You just wanted, that's not slick. That's troubleshooting the check and balance of authority needs to lose their job. But you think you're slick, right? Okay, why in, right? Whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. And that caused a situation where I can hear them whining to, if they're immature of their age, to just never got caught up. And I can't be mad at that standard at that time of immaturity. But it's funny. To, like I said, the galore baby niggas feeding into that too, that I'm like, oh, let me go live and let me explain this. Don't make no motherfucking sense what the fuck I'm going through real quick. Let me, it's only right. It's only right. So, in the end, right, I was supposed, everybody's yelled at their parents before. One yelling, you're right. And because this your college years is very important, or between whatever you make do in that time of people that's making it their college years is very important. And I felt it was very important for what I just said, green they ass. Cause I just want to try out. All you gotta do is clear the tryout air for me, and I will be off the internet. I've been asking that for a decade and some change now. Clear the fucking zone I can try out. That if I don't make it on this team, it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt me. They just didn't want me. The way that I was a great kid, played every position, multiple sports, zone that kid gonna try out. And then whatever I do in that tryout, zone for another tryout. Just that's all I asked for. Green they ass. What did I do? Other than they did their homework, I can be somebody. You know what they did? They said he's a YN. He's really in the streets. He's just too fast. Don't let him trick you. That's you. You got one job to green their ass. You do not. Not everybody is detective, goddamn. Not everybody. Okay, so we'll see how the streets like you after you try to green me, right? And now I'm a YN. That's not shade. That was a regular. What if he is making new jurisdiction in order to make for occupation? Occupation might succumb to him. No, let's green my ass and make these people look like saints. Like, be the bigger person till you die. That's what this is. So when I was, like I said, just because I'm about to really get into the part where I'm like, niggas tried me. I just wanted to brief this like a motherfucker. After briefing. It's a lot of briefing, a lot of briefcases. You know what I'm saying? So after I was on live and I played back a video and my room was loud, like it's motherfucking social media on the wall. Where's the clout, the back door of the mall? With Detective Webpoolz or some shit. I see. This is what happens when y'all motherfuckers green my ass so much, and I'm just a pure light. Like, I did not start nothing with nobody for decades and some change. I just asked, can I go do a tryout? And y'all didn't try to green me so badly, I don't have to do a fucking tryout. But guess what? You and what army? Niggas know that's all I want to hear. Shit, when I was a rookie, when I was a freshman in wrestling, when I was walking, I hear Odell Beckham laughing at my fundraiser. That Georgia already got them. How they hear me as a little rascal momentum. Georgia already, you in what army? No, I'm not about this. Same way that they don't know how my mom wanted me to get lapped. I wasn't about to make fundraiser lap me. I got a job. So guess what? The same way Identity Def eat up all the money because I see where he gonna use it at. Same thing. I'm over here blind as a bat. Don't see shit. No. What? Oh no. Just giving you money because I love you, mommy. Truth. Two she dispelled the love her damn self. Like nobody remembers. Like I was seeing. Like I was crazy seeing all these artists show what 2016 was like. Yeah, I was trying to lap me rapper. The fuck are y'all still talking about? Alright, but say no more. We leave that like I don't like explaining shit like that. So boom, right? So boom. Once again, Kevin STEFANSKI, as I said on a what's the name. That's what this video is about. So I brief for less than 40 minutes, almost. Brief all of this, that the proof been in the pudding with the proof of Kevin Stefanski and more from Riding River. Like, we're doing the same shit. So that's what I got to push myself, for lack of a better word. I'm gonna use another word. That's the word. Push myself. I gotta raise the ante with this is Riding Reverse, the same shit. If raising the ante falls under like a catalog type of me saying the same shit, I have to catalog how I'm gonna handle it. Cause the main thing I'm just trying to say is the authority made. Cause I promise you, if that person was scared, they don't even if they wasn't scared, or even if they was, and they was trying to act not scared, at least I need to hear you can't be talking in someone's background like that and only acting with them. Like, you can't. Let me do that. Shit, I tried that shit with Mother's Rule. It got backlashed. With what I expect the green people. Oh, he expect the green, so we. Mother's Rule? Even do the things my mom do? No, you're a YN, you finesse that way. You think you always just try to sound. You mean I always am polite and the world has corrupted, so now it's a finesse? Yeah, yes, but that's not my problem. It's not my problem. So I need to be rude and get worse instead of be polite and get the minimum of what worse would turn to bad karma on y'all side. That's how the world moving. But the main thing is, like I'm saying, let me ever, for like I just gave an example, talk to somebody and try to get something out of them. When I'm politely just, this is what mature people talk about. Oh, you trying to get something out of it? I'm getting greened. But a motherfucker is seeing all the niggas that try to green me. So let's act like this is a motherfucking casino slot game. I gotta play. Detective Webpoolz gotta do it his fucking self. He gotta play the video back his fucking okay. And then niggas gonna move accordingly, right? Alright. So, but if I never play that video, I'm talking to you. You know how rude that is? When someone's like, who you talking to? You be like, I'm talking to you. And they try to come off like, now this nigga gonna call me rude when you the one that was rude by asking who I'm talking to. You know how rude that is? And niggas just try to meet that small little thin line. You know what I'm saying? That little eggshells that they started it. You just correcting it. Some people politely do it that way. I'm talking to you, bro. Like, what you mean, bro? I'm talking to you. And that was the example of why niggas call that shit rude when you say that shit. I don't think I ever gotta say I'm drenching the what's in name. Goddamn, drenching the. Like, I'm hearing my artist song right now. Goddamn, I keep playing. I don't even want to sing it. You know why? I think I was explaining it. Because there's a balding. And it shouldn't be keep balding. So we need them to do their jobs with no job and disrespect who's causing that balding of a check and balance. Because there should be no balding. It should just check and balance. But if we don't want to leave, guess what y'all get to do? Say all the smoke and mirrors, all that bullshit is him. I'm talking to you. You better be more responsible. That you was already that adaptive and responsible, right? I'm talking to you. Alright, so back on Kevin Stefanski, because y'all know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. So back on Kevin Stefanski, right? Because let's just keep it real. When someone does that, those are fighting words. You know what I'm saying? And the person that was, and then they instigate them to say that, and they was really just trying to say, bro, stop acting dumb, bro. I'm not trying to come off no wrong way by saying I'm telling you, and they still, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes those people slide. That nigga said, I know I'm gonna slide. So, and actually Cobbins did not say he was, so, you know, it was like, I'm not gonna tell y'all, but I was like, it was like, he got your ass. But alright, so boom, because in the end, I'm like I explained what that's in the end, it's understood, too overstood. Kevin Stefanski, right? No, I don't have nothing against him, but when things like that, algorithm and ambience happen, and I have to talk about it, people say I have stuff against people that way. And it's just regular. Somebody got to be authority. Okay, being authority doesn't mean y'all really telling on authority when they arrest people is because they had something against them. That doesn't mean I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking to you, and I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way. It's how disrespectful that was, of how responsible that meant I am for how people don't green people, and all I do or some shit as a YN. But main thing is, because I want to get off this little, like I said, the joke's probably flying over y'all heads. Because it's just because I can joke this way, everybody can joke this way. I'm talking to you. Like, what the fuck? He thought he was gonna like be a pull the strings prospect and be cool with what, like other athletes that gotta go to school and go home, go to practice and go home because they gotta stay out of the noise. Yeah, maybe, you know, just like other athletes. I didn't think that means everybody will be cool, you know. They didn't do that with other athletes, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you know what I'm saying? So, boom. Whatever table we sitting at, or the cafeteria, food for thought, and niggas trying to fight thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Get it, food for thought, and fighting people's, and there's no thinking up here. I ain't part of that. So, YN or so, whatever. So, boom. Well, I just want to iterate once again. When somebody tries to take it in their own hands and been shaded that they disrespect their dad, not their dad disrespect them and they retaliate, which I don't have shit like that, or disrespect their mom, and not even their mom disrespect them and they retaliate, because, you know, she be like, even that you need to have, you know. So, but, you know, there's a limit to it's okay to say so. Not even that. Nowhere in my teenage life, other than may I go outside, and why not? When I need to keep, I want to be the best athlete. Not even that. You feel me? And they get shrouded when they go to school, and that doesn't change the athlete they was. Webpoolz kids who don't know what else care. School projects that I say I had, a No Child Left Behind type, understand through that on the thick and thin. UGA, whatever, between having a family member to teammates that saw my coordination, as I explained on some handles, that when he made the play, it read what spring practice was like in high school, which makes you an outstanding athlete. But not only did it read that, you felt like you got a whole brochure, and you read in the new defense I was getting download, this guy was the best one to help everybody, whatever. So in the end, for best and whatever aspects too, when he was making plays at UGA, and then I read you could have a 2.4. So I'm just showing you how things go. I'm talking to you. So, because I'm over here thinking I needed to have a 3.2 It's all right. So in the end, the main thing I'm just trying to illustrate is I wasn't shaded. I'm not a shade trying to say you gotta give me another opportunity. I'm asking for my first opportunity and I'm shining and they call me a YN. That's all I'm trying to illustrate. When people are able to buck on me, it's because people want me to not prevail from a scale that people say they don't know what the feds are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if they do have a catch on the feds, they will be able to tell them he's not going to be caught up in these things because of a higher shenanigan or how people bucking on him that they got the green. It don't say that for me. It say, I think I'm slick. I'm trying. That's not too big for me. I know they're watching. What proof? You think you're slick. So if y'all don't understand what immaturity is, y'all will never understand. And that might just be an immature thing. And my point is, like I said, I just want to get off of that to make a standardize the situation and make a stationize what is happening in the world. Kevin Stefanski was it. Okay? What I said on the handle. And I should not have to watch my mouth. A lot of athletes, I'm one of those athletes, but I didn't sign a contract, so I don't get that paralysis of ambience, right? Like, right, quarterbacks that just lost their head coach, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, like Josh Allen, right? You know Josh Allen doesn't have to watch his mouth. You know they're not letting Josh Allen go. Like, you know that. The Kevin Stefanski situation is the same shit, but I don't have a contract to glue me to it. So we're going to keep greening me. Because guess what? Josh Allen didn't, whatever I'm saying with Kevin Stefanski, Josh Allen didn't have to do that for the owner. The owner did it for him. Okay? The owner did it for him too, for what I'm talking about, Kevin Stefanski. So, I just want y'all to understand, nobody wants to hear your thoughts to how economics, math, common sense, karma, physics work. We are moving in a delusion, a very diluted and polluted clout of with Josh Allen and all the other head coaches. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tomlin stepped down. They said they would still want Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about, I think Josh Allen is younger than me, but I brought Aaron Rodgers because he's older. But in the end, we're talking about the situation of anticipation has been diluted, so I keep getting greened. So, like I said, this has just been a whole briefing. But when I brought Kevin Stefanski, it really don't matter what I say after that. Like I said, I wasn't going to go the way I thought I was going to talk about it. Talking about it in an algorithm way. I even had a counselor talk to me rudely, talking about thank you for sharing that. Because that's the right thing to say. And it's like, because what I really want people to understand is I'm moving the same way any athlete that gets a certain respect has to indulge in. I'm not moving, so I think I'm the shit when really this is what safety precaution, since I haven't signed a contract, I'm not brought in, I think I'm the shit moving like that. I think I'm productive. But the main thing I'm trying to say, why I kept bringing up the example of the atmosphere and listen to the video, and it's like, when I'm talking, you hear the noise, my room loud, and then the person go, and we know, and I talk, okay, so you want another? Oh, you want another? It's called snitching, slick, baby. If we need to explain it better. So, and what I want to really iterate is, I'm not known for shade. I'm not known for being a fucked up individual. I want to call myself Detective Webpoolz. And the way someone's trying to snitch is trying to finally start that pool to make it look like that. And everybody step right up. Okay? Before social media, you type to baby niggas now. So however big I am, Kevin Stefansky understood. And the GM is not moving adjacent to the understanding, other than notes that he has to. That's called in the hot seat, right? Just in general, he might not be. I'm saying if you go off what I'm talking about, why Josh Allen doesn't feel stressed for losing his coach, or any other players that just lost their coach, but they're under contract, so I have to feel stressed too. Because now if I click two things, someone's gonna lick their chops, be like, we just get rid of him, and then that team is starting a whole new find that player that won't feel stressed, because he feels stressed, so he's slick already out there. You're already gone. But the main thing I'm just trying to say, and then I'm trying to get to really flaming, people got me misunderstood, fucked up, is every workplace, there was no gray line that I was, there was to say that I'm going, there's nothing to say I'm wrong. It's, I can yell, no, you're wrong. And then blow, you think that's mature because you can call, you have it calculated I'm wrong. Like, so they bucked on me and then said, oh, you're trying to add more to that I'm wrong. And that's where attitude came from. It didn't come from, I think Kevin Stefanski gonna get fired sooner or later, and this is all gonna be understood. It came from, they couldn't grasp what I want to be, and you're not supposed to worry about a stranger other than when they put the uniform on and they promise you the hours. And they was given an attitude that God and karma between was given that adjacency of understanding. So I was happy to leave every workplace the same way I didn't bark at my mom about, I didn't want to go to this college. Why would I sign up for sports? And I told you, if I was going to pick a occupation for entrepreneurship to add on to, and maybe go work at a business for, like my dad, that wasn't really in my life. So I could clean up that area from where he might call people and he say he'll work on it, and my work ethic is understood. If you call me, all I need is a promise to pay. So, yeah. So, now that we got that all situated, Kevin Stefanski getting fired, okay? And it was a big... It's the same way like I said about other countries. In the clip, well, I'll talk about one post to the next post. And now, Kevin, listen, we gotta stop talking like we don't know better, okay? Because I'm not the feds. I'm not a cool teacher. I'm a YN. Okay? So, bucking on me is being scared. I'm just gonna say it. I don't want people to be scared of me, but I do not care. And because when I call myself Detective Webpoolz, it's like how the authority would not care when they put you in handcuffs. You'd be like, oh, so can you take me out? And they'd be like, no. Because they can't, they got to talk to other people. So on my question, why they just for the fun of it, when y'all buck on me, I'm making a joke like it's that same. Get up. It's a joke. It's not, start smoothing it through. Is making a bigger fucking joke that there's no other authority that I felt when I had to play a motherfucking video back. Okay, and that is hysterically embarrassing for the standard of history and what we call the business of authority. For what I was explaining about it, I didn't take it as bullying from my friends, but I'm gonna take it as younger generation trying to bully me. And then when I defend myself, you a grown ass man. Stop. So I'm fine with getting called a cool teacher because that's my immunity, that thinking that because I have adaptation for that type of bullying, I'm the bully. That's fucking crazy. When I'm talking about with my friends, we talking about some shit that I didn't promise shit, but they know they don't have to worry about getting shaded. But you expect a promise that was never promised, you expect. That's crazy. And that's the hysterical joke of being Detective Webpoolz, how it goes on and to what states is reached. So that being really understood, overstood, capished, I shouldn't be sitting here. I am sitting here, and like I said, it was hysterically embarrassing of authority from that day. And what cleared up the day that I shouldn't be sitting here? And then the only thing I'm okay with hearing YN shit is going to get another job. Because now my comprehension, how I left other jobs, which I kept briefing, like, and I was like, okay, now I was talking when I really wanted to say this, and I don't get that light no more. Like, duh, I'm gonna use my goddamn resume of light. That if niggas gotta bring in a piece of paper. Niggas gotta bring in a fucking piece of fucking paper. I don't got no paper around me right now. And show their resume or electronically. And then if they are a hard worker, maybe when they read the job, they see who they was. I don't have to bring in a piece of paper. And niggas gonna shun my ass because I'm a YN. Excuse. Because like I said, YN is a joke. Stay out grown folks' business. Baby niggas so immature, and they'll hire a baby nigga that say, you know, association, resemblance of associate. Say that shit. Y'all know what word I'm saying? But you won't hire the YN that never was shaded wrong because he think he's slick. With knowing the ambience. Why do you, like I said, well, my college teacher told me keep doing that. So that's what I'm getting when they won't hire. Keep doing that. Kevin Stefanski fire. Yeah, see? Okay. We need, if we can give a bigger pool to just, what niggas is trying to win. Niggas ain't trying to do the right thing for that one moment. You can say hunt and don't fumble the ball, then throw an interception. The right thing was getting the ball. Niggas not just trying to do the right thing for the niggas is trying to win. That's what this is all about. Okay? And the niggas is greeting me for trying to win, call me a YN. Put a motherfucking W with that bitch and goddamn in front of that shit and make that shit still sound like win, goddamn. What the hell is you talking about? We gonna spell win different. I don't know why. Goddamn. You know, that's what made me slick or some shit. All I'm trying to say is, if I go to any job, I'ma hear my fucking resume. If I tell them the places I work, they're gonna do this. I'm like, oh, so where's your last job? Oh, I work. And then they're gonna be like, oh, okay. I even said that in the interview. I was like, so what am I? It's like, so any questions for me? When am I hired? The joke flew over his fucking head. I say that in every fucking interview. Why this one a problem? They know I'm joking. But Detective Webpoolz and his ambience, his surveillance, and get it, shawty, get all I wanna do is all from every job to between before commercials. Oh, no, I gotta do many more in it. Calm down. I was joking. I know. Nigga, I am in my late 20s at that time. I was joking. How the fuck I made that joke when I was a teenager to my early 20s and the world has changed. God damn, it's a joke. I know you gotta do more interviews. What you mean? Oh, I gotta do more interviews and because I'll talk about some foreign shit too, but whatever that is, forget it, shot. You know what I'm saying? I was just joking. And other people, oh, if we call you, oh, I gotta. And no, he wasn't a stuck-up person. He saw and I heard of that YN and thought I'm automatically hired when I started telling him why. I thought that was hilarious. No, I do not think you're bullying me right now for acting like I think I automatically got the job. Other people are, oh, I know you so sincere and we might hire you. We got, other words, give a hint. You're in the feeling for us picking you, but we got other. This nigga was like, I don't want to pick you, even though you're the best. That's how he barked at. Like, you didn't have to bark like that. You could have just said, we gonna hire what we want. That's all you had to say. I got a little more interviews to do, bro. But if we hire you. Oh, dog. I'm just green. I should have known I was gonna get talked to or I had to play the video back. That shit was crazy. All I know is what worse is the place it was, because that's how I also know he knew me though. But it's alright. So boom, Kevin STEFANSKI getting fired. This is not a joke of this understanding of a militia that's protecting the world, that we get to enjoy sports and owners can know they're pretendingly safe by their calculations of how a method will work for not just trying to do the right thing at the time, trying to win. Let me say it again. Trying to W. You dig what I'm saying? Like trying to win. Can I get an amen? I pledge allegiance to the win, goddamn. Trying to win. Everybody trying to disrupt the win. The win, because like I said, I was going to hit this live a different way. I'm about to get it on what's name, because, you know, we don't need that much. Obviously, if I didn't hit it another way. But the point that I'm making is, I'm trying to win. Okay? I'm trying to bring back a great time to everybody that thought when I was done with, because this is where a YN shit is. When I was done with, but I always shine light. I was always light shining, but always find some way to go outside or be over the fence. So I don't care if you get called that, but it's just call the cool teacher is crazy. Like I don't be trying to educate people. I give people their merits of their intelligence to common sense that they can build. I don't be trying to educate. I'm trying to win, but I'm not a rude or sore loser. So to not be a loser, though, I try to win. That's why I tell people I'm trying to win. You know, if you are educated on what I'm saying, you have some winning in your blood. You get what I'm saying? That's how I try to speak. You know, not everybody's a role model in their own perspective. Baby niggas are acting like I'm trying to force to be a role model for trying to win and tell people who don't want to win. That I'm not saying don't you want to win. If you want to lose, goddamn lose, goddamn. But role model I am is don't you want to win? So I expect you to finesse me. If you don't want to finesse me, you might have a win in another column with me. Okay, so but you know. Other than that, in Detective Webpoolz, you trying to finesse somebody else, I don't know what to tell you. Aren't you trying to win? You get what I'm saying? So, my role model type vibe is, aren't you trying to win? It is not me trying to tell people to do the right thing. I will tell you that's not winning after I see they think that I'm going to be associated with that losing shit. And with me bringing up Kevin Stefanski is a whole understanding of I don't need to be censored. Okay? I can control censorship. I can pardon people if they want to be pardoned or not. Okay? Just the word in general, because I started hearing, but I was going back to where I'm saying where I say win, and people already choosing where I should win at, like I'm not from Georgia. Okay? So that's another thing. I'm from Georgia. So is either I'm lying about my networking skills, I'm from Georgia, or I'm really like that. It doesn't matter. It's how I talk. It's either I'm lying, niggas like, oh yeah, bro, what? I know all the blank. Yeah, man, all the blanks stay at Florida. Is either niggas in Atlanta all like that. Is either I really got that prestigious and network like that, because that's how niggas talk in Georgia, or I'm a wannabe in Georgia. That's just how we talk. It doesn't, so, and my thing is, like I said, they go, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, and I worked, I was doing it for you. It was very heart pumping, very alive, because I'm a bullet catcher, so I don't shit slide when I'm from Georgia. I don't let shit you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been out here and let shit slide. One of my second jobs, or whatever, I told them I'm a non-commissioned military officer. Guess what? I didn't lie. You get what I'm saying? So when I started hearing something, okay, so you no, and I was like, since you want to wear that, I'm not into that flirting stuff. I'm into maturity. You get what I'm saying? So I was a non-commissioned military officer, if you get my drift, You get So, but whatever that means. So, boom. And, because, you know, hey. Somebody got to do it. You dig what I'm saying? When it come down to the militia that I brought up in my videos, and this one pertaining to how many times I've said it to few, and what you're pertaining to be in clause of, I see that ambience, and that's how I don't take work. I tell people in a polite way, I don't take disrespect kindly. So when I directly told you that, and you come in a point where you feed off of it like we didn't have countless great days. Oh, it was to get me out of there for being a shining light, but a YN. And then I proved my point. God damn, you dig what I'm saying? So, that being said, my situation also goes in pertaining of I don't disrespect people. So that's why I don't expect disrespect at all. I don't give a fuck. You know, I didn't get you this time. I'll get you on the tail end. I'll get you in the back end. You get on? I will. I'm a YN. You get what I'm saying? Put that W to know the win. Goddamn. This is not no goddamn joke. And I've always moved that way. And I always went to go get another job. And when I tell them I work, and then they go, oh, okay. Scared as fuck until they start working. Lord, like, okay, he had to do, that's what he was supposed to do. And then they'll be like, and then they'll see, well, why do they keep doing it? So that's when they'll say something on the side of their neck, side of their mouth. And I have to inform them, if I leave this job, I'm going to be happy. That's all that need to be known. And I say that in the first goddamn Western name. So when people think they can tell me about my algorithms or the firing of Kevin Stefanski, audience, or like I said, all I asked for surveillance to do was make sure I can at least try out to it overboard to the reconfirmation that I don't have to try out. Like I need to say it again how many times I said it. The win. No one's trying to do the right thing for that one part. Trying to win. Okay? Nobody wants to make it to the Super Bowl. Okay? Y'all did this with Dan Marino already. Alright? So, boom. My situation goes, that's where I'm a baby genius at. And I tell people we all have melanin. Because I do want a signature from Dan Marino for my own reasons. If y'all didn't understand none I said in this live, hey, Kevin Stefanski. So, you know, in the end, people don't understand that type of stardom or starstruck before social media, in the social media era. So I'm able to stay incognito. But my situation is, I can bring up many gestures that people seen in Dan Marino, taking the lead in sports. And you're like, damn, how did Dan lose that? That's what I'm saying. But I'm a YN. You know, I'm gonna leave with, you know, it's been troubleshooted. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? So niggas read, I'm a fan, and say, oh, he think he 30 then. But nah, so, yeah. Back to, like I said, having to watch the motherfucking thing back to hear, I'm Dirty Dan. You can just hear it in the air. And they taught that dirtiness instead of Dan. Zan. But nah, this is the, okay, so, because I really didn't get the joke the way I wanted the joke. But my point is this, right? I put myself in a position to make sure everybody's safe, and then I'm a YN for surviving. That's why the niggas say I always find a way outside. Niggas are saying, damn it, Webpool is at it again. You know, no one, and these baby niggas made sure they didn't say it's not for the meddling kids. And they be like, yes, it, like, you not, if you minded your business, if you was a good kid and mind your business, then you could say that. You can't goddamn partake. So, you know, that's funny. Webpool at it again type. And I'm supposed to call them out. I'm supposed to call this whole scenario out. And then people that, you know, the fakest thing is when you don't ask for shit and they give you shit, and to act like someone told you you was supposed to call them out too. If that's not in your heart, don't say you got a title to give. You is not a business, girl or boy. That is not your business, okay? So that's the next issue of what I just shine light on certain things. But my main thing is, I forgot what I was gonna say when I was talking about doing my hair or something, and the situation that I always walk blind. Like, I have glasses. Most of my classmates would be like, oh, it makes sense. That probably flew over your head. Like, what do you mean they'll be like, oh, it makes... I'm an adult now. I can cuss. So when I talk about being young Webpool with school boards, and whatever other echelon I can add on with I'm an adult now, there should be no fucking reason. Oh, you thought you was slick. That's why you saying you can cuss now. There should be no reason. I'm just gonna keep illustrating STEFANSKI getting fired, and I had to play a video. There should be no reason. We're attacking. I'm an adult now, and I can do shit. But the main thing that I'm trying to illustrate is, hour in, anybody that watches this video knew there was love before even watching the video. But I'm trying to make sure people's safety of the same way niggas knew when I came to school and I either had sports or whatever, me going back to school, whatever baggage I held, the baggage has got to why I talk about those 2 posters of feeling good in countries. Like, it's got to that. Y'all are lying. Y'all are using somebody to lie in my ear to keep the lying going, and that's going to get us blown up. So that's where the joke is, that I stop trying to be funny because I need to get that shit out the way first because it's not, it's all funny when we all correlating and taking responsibility, but me not joking means nobody's taking responsibility, and I'll take the baggage like I always goddamn do. You dig what I'm saying? So alright, whatever that means. So, like I always do. And other words, I shouldn't be sitting here. I don't ask. I don't think asking is begging. So I just said that first because if I was going to exaggerate, then people might say, oh, that's called begging. No, it's not. Getting help is not begging. But you got to know the difference between, like, I work so hard, I don't know if family members live off of a algorithm of safety. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing as fuck. I worked so hard. This nigga, I had to listen to a video to prove the point that, nigga, you're not talking to me. And I'm a YN. I wasn't asking him. I had to say, no, we're not about to go back. I wasn't asking you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you and them like, I ain't asking you, nigga. The fuck you talking, huh? What, nigga? No. I asked a simple question. Now tell me. No, you're too scared to. Alright, so when I play this video back, I'm not gonna see you was scared to tell me who you was talking to. I wasn't scared. Yes, you was. You was beyond scared straight. Ain't that a show? You was so scared you was having fun. I want to make sure, what's the name? God damn, y'all having fun? I work so hard. I don't know about nobody lip. That's embarrassing. Why don't we just click I got common sense? Because you don't think, that's why. So you gonna think for me and say, we gonna click, he watching his back, oh this nigga YN, we gonna click all this shit, but, and make common sense, but I have common sense to know how people are safe. To be mad at the next person that doesn't follow the next road to the next road, because no one deplete. I could be mad at everybody. Motherfucker, I said I'm not mad. Okay? Unless you pretendingly said you're going to do a job. Okay? And that's what that fucking air is. Niggas pretendingly said they're going to do a job and then said the way that we play dumb about someone that's had high grades all through school, AP, and passed high school in a way where you cannot see his fucking common sense. How the fuck? If a nigga can, this is not no shit built over there. This is a motherfucking grenade. This is a whole fucking minefield built. That has to be built for 2 decades. I'm only 30. So when the fuck did I start building this shit? 2K plus. Nigga talking about you in a whole minefield grenade. What's that Piccolo move? Is that grenade? Or the mirrors. Whole goddamn minefield reflection of shit. Because it's clear. And like I said, pure, it's not shade. So it's saying that we can flip that whole reflection. That's not something built in a motherfucking decade. I was about to say something about speed, but if we had speed, then I could have built it. But now I put it together that I could have. But I'm putting common sense to to not normalize how amazing I was young Webpoolz with school boards. Doesn't have common sense how protection works. I'm just walking in faith. Ignorance is bliss. I'm so scary. My grenade that I built is fake. Because you know why I know it's mine? And y'all so scared to be all scared straight. Niggas ask me if I believe in God. So I must not be walking in faith and it's my grenade. Fire. Kevin STEFANSKI got fired. Like, how the fuck you go from saying I don't have common sense how to protect myself to ask me if I believe in God? Your ass got beyond scared straight. Like, we gotta, like I said, I'm just trying to, maybe 5 more minutes, and I'm off. Or maybe more. Illiterate. Niggas are acting like flies to light. Because y'all, we gotta take a moment and think about people are going. He walks by faith like he look ignorant. He don't let he ever think like you believe in God too much. Then out of nowhere, they after ins and outs of them playing in that minefield, and I'm still goddamn. Do you believe in God? Hell yeah, dude. Why? Why? So that might flew over your head. So that's crazy, but you know, God's no child left behind. So, okay. You believe in God? Yeah, no child left behind, nigga. Damn. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how niggas don't think I believe in God other than they played in that minefield and said, God? Nah, nigga, a pirate. But alright, so in the end, so I think that was a good joke, so I'm gonna get off my plane. Alright, so boom. This is just what I'm trying to illustrate. Alright, because like I said, I was gonna joke a whole nother way, but Jobs let that go. And then and they're going, and like I said, they're going, okay, oh, you weren't it? Okay, see. And I'm just like, yeah, I did. like how the fuck they let me go? You know what I'm saying? It got me feeling like, I'm not even gonna bring that up, but in that movie, in theater type, or any movie or show with someone like Broly type. Alright, so, and now I can't find a job, you know what I'm saying, without that same promise of safety. Like they're on it now. That means I can't, that means I show it can be done, that you gotta look for better jobs. You get what I'm saying? Because and they have to accept you in a higher job. Or I'm still troubleshooting it for that understanding, because that is trifling. You get what I'm saying? That is way off of sorts. Can't even, like, I didn't do nothing wrong at any job. And now if I go in an interview, they're going to tell me that and not hire me. Like, over requirements. Your resume can your resume be over requirement? I thought it may be. I thought it was just your education. But in the end, between the two. And what I did at jobs, is like I said, when they try to take down that there's like a main antagonist, and then they got this one that's like a berserker version that they like, damn, if this nigga was who they would have been fatigued. And they try to leave like they try to put something on my back to say, and he's gonna try to go to like they try to stamp my ass. They try to stagger that. Like, dude, they did one day in the end of letting me go. They left a move to stagger that, and this ain't no motherfucking movie. This ain't no goddamn cartoon. This is goddamn reality. And what makes sure it wasn't. If I find out they left a staggering thing and you use that, I'm up in there like swimwear. I don't know. That is wrong. Reality nullifies where y'all think someone can leave a print to stagger somebody and everybody join in. No. That means a check and balance will happen, and I have to wait till that happens, whoever's in control over that, which can be seen in the firing of Kevin Stefanski. There's no goddamn, but like I said, every job did do that, though. So, for my whole understanding, when I say ball is life and the athlete, I don't give my whole, that's why I'm saying this live, I don't give my whole informative understanding of what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. I just make it understood for the positioning, for the safety thereof, and someone that plays sports or no sports to a positioning of hobbies and other things that give that attribute, aspect, skill set, that staggering or print to try to get the net will never work in a goddamn game. And and to do that to me is telling me it's a game to me. Yeah, I'm just listening to air act like I'm saying, oh, I know I'm a one up that. I never said that. That's what that defines that as. It's a game. Two people was having too much fun at work and I wasn't. So why are you still here? And I was having fun. I was having so much fun. They was having so much fun. But that's, my fun is doing everything. So that doesn't count as fun because of whatever I just said. So, and then I get let go. Can't do that. Now I'm trying to get another job, and like I said, they that's what they notice. They're like, "What? How long you work there?" Like, because they're really going like, I was with the district manager of this place, or I'm the hiring, or I'm the highest. And the government grids, like, what did someone break those? So when do I get hired, or you gonna let me free? Why is shit? But it's alright. So many interviews did their own confirmation and shit like that. Two was knew I was saying. He was like, "You're Sapphire." I was like, "Yes." So whatever that means to clear things, and like I said, I just wanted to explain this. If it has a catalog instead of me really push through that, I want people to understand. I don't have no problem working any job, okay? I work to try to give everybody a raise. Everybody get a raise, and then they let me go. Because I was the next one to get a raise. Oh, no, you're the next one to get a raise. You're fired. I'm supposed to be the first. And so I never give a fuck about stuff like that. Because that's my sense of humor, okay? Other people, I overstand. Do not let nobody know. To my babies, street orphanage, I do it. Like when I call myself Webpoolz, right? I think I said it in the post, but I just don't want to say, like, I'm be positive. I know I've said it in the post before, but they be like, "Why your nails so long?" I said, "Lions cheat is to see, man. They love these things. They be like pouring the name, then they proud always saying, play dubs the game. Oh man, paper ain't money to me, that type of sadistic way for my babies." I was gonna say another word. So yes, I would sacrifice myself so my individuals of lovers don't have to go through that. At all. Like that's what makes me a YN. It sounds like a great YN love story, but I'm a one-man army type. You get what I'm saying? So if not beautiful for the street orphanage and things pertaining to how people know me, but yeah, because I just don't want to give a bad example of like when you see like the shows and somebody's able to like protect the next thing like a duplicate to the from what and that you can see when a duplicate is getting made or between the reciprocation of the things, you see more, they get more sadistic. That's how I move as a YN. Once I'm done troubleshooting everything, I don't give a fuck if you fire me. And I think that's when it take like 4 months to figure out. And that heat wave of threshold, no, wrong is wrong, Stu is wrong. You know what I'm saying? They found a way to go. But it was like, I troubleshoot shit months ago. They said that y'all, when people got there look for the lost treasure or information, I got it. You ain't get shit but a setup. And that's how Webpool, detonates things. You know what I'm saying? Without no child being left behind, including me, where I get called a YN. So, I just wanted to illustrate. When I talk to people, when I first talked to people, it was understood. I don't know why they call me that. Then I started seeing these baby niggas talking. I was like, I know exactly why. But in the end, before I started noticing this younger generation, the heirs going to interviews they start, oh brother, don't give me, you don't know why. And it's just like, you did your homework. That's why I can't give you that. And that's fine with me. I'm going to go free. Tight understanding. So I just want that to be understood for the situation that I wanted to really joke about other things. But after I said, I was going to say Kevin Stefanski in the beginning of the lot, but things need to be brief for the understanding that the news is what the news was. It's not updated. This is what it was. It's not what it's becoming. When we was younger and the YNs, we was hearing about stuff of what it's becoming. Everything is through what it was to give these baby niggas the opportunity to think they're gonna become the perfect cell or some shit. So they don't got the making of, what's the babies called? What's the name? They don't got that shit down at all. So shit gonna collapse, and I've troubleshooted a lot of things while I'm making this video. But the problem is I don't want to sit here, and I have to, for a whole reason of I accepted the name YN, and the cops have accepted their fate. If I go to jail, the same way banks can't be robbed, the cops take all the corruption of how and put it in there. And the mind sweep just be clouded and corrupted. And that's why I want people to understand, because I'll be listening to people going to jail and they be staring at the camera like, they be like, and I'd be like, nigga, I'm a white. What the fuck are you doing? That's been on this shit. Like, it's like that's how I'm gonna end this live, y'all. I just don't get it. They be staring at the camera like I'm a goddamn cool teacher. Nigga, that's your fucking fault. I'm like, I swear on everything, and I think it's just adrenaline. It just gets the blood pumping to get me or some shit. Like, don't let him slide while he's not getting a regular job or something. Oh no, but all I know is these niggas. If a nigga stared at the camera like that in a yearbook picture, I will know what the fuck going on. So stop talking to me. But that's it. 5 more minutes. That's what it is. Stop talking to me. Y'all need to stop fucking talking. I call myself the owner of telepathy for a reason. It means my classmates gonna know too. Niggas that know me, upperclassmen. Their depiction of if I had the best swag out of the other classmen. I know I won that with a lot of upperclassmen. So I don't really, I appreciate people that agree, but the ones that don't, go get you some upperclassmen friends, because obviously I didn't need. I had my age group. I didn't need I was a YN. You know what I'm saying? They liked me for taking them out the class of 2013, man. It's like so, and then I had my own swag. So rich kids, Travis Porter era type. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing that I'm just trying to make illustrate is niggas need to stop talking to me. And me coming out my mouth and saying it is embarrassing. Because why am I sitting here? Like, to say it? Like, bro, just say it. Y'all collapse, y'all matrix, y'all corrupt the world and get them to sit down and be a content crew. I would never say niggas need to stop talking to me. And I'll just end it like that, okay?